Hi, Richard Brook here. So we're going to be taking you through Drew Yoga sequence today. So if you've not done Drew Yoga before, Drew Yoga is a very gentle yoga. So we tend to work a lot with the principles of release rather than so much as stretching, if you like. So the idea is to try and let the body relax so the energy can keep flowing. So it might be very different to some types of yoga you've done before. Some tend to focus a little bit more towards the yang end of the spectrum, particularly nowadays in the sort of modernised urban world. Some of the yogas we do are quite strenuous. Whereas in this one we tend to work a lot as well with the idea of yoga as being a form of union. So during the class we'll be talking quite a bit about coming into contact with the different levels that make you up as a human being. You know, so we might be working with feeling connected to the ground, our body, our breath, a sense of our environment and the sense of spaciousness that's above us. So all these things come together to form who we are. So here at the lovely Moinos Velos Retreat Centre at the moment. And just so you know, we've got Rosie in the class with me today, just so you know there's a human element helping to anchor the practice as well. And like I do with all my classes before I start, I just like to tune in with the people in the room to see how they are. So since we've only got one person in the room today, I'm just going to get a sentence from her about how she's feeling. And the invitation is for you to do the same thing. So after I've spoken to Rosie, I just want you to reflect for a moment and maybe say a sentence out loud actually about how you're feeling today. So sometimes when we get trapped in certain areas of our inner dialogue, it's actually different than what comes out of our mouth when we actually speak how we're feeling. So I'll just ask Rosie, I'll pause for a second and then just speak out loud about how you're doing and we'll get going with our practice. So Rosie, how are you doing today?
I feel quite wired today, like my body is quite tired but my brain is very alert.
Okay.
So I'm in a sort of a bit of a, you know when you feel a little bit like trance-like and you're just sort of like doing everything really quickly to prevent myself from stopping altogether.
Okay, great. So it sounds like, you know, there's some part of you that's pushing on while another bit of you is a little bit tired. So with the idea of yoga and the union, we'll try and bring those bits of you back together. We'll bring that overexerted part back in so that when you leave the class today, you know, you feel fully integrated and your energy's been a little bit more resourced. So we think about substantiating the yin, the internal aspect of you, so when you get out, you'll feel nicely energised. Okay, so we're going to start flying down on our backs to begin with. Oh, sorry. So yeah, make sure you say out loud at home as well about how you're feeling. Okay. Now we'll start flying down on our backs. Okay, great. So we're just going to go through some of these layers and levels of connection that when we are busy in our mind, particularly if you live in an urban environment and you're very busy with your work, some of these layers of connection that tend to get very compromised within us. And the first one is often our connection with our ground, because all our energy goes up into our head. So I just really want you to focus on your connection with the earth. So feel as if the earth is pushing up underneath your body. So feel the mat pushing up underneath your heels. Just feel the mat pushing up underneath your glutes. Feel the mat pushing up underneath your shoulders. And feel the earth underneath your hands and the back of your head. So you're really letting your body go. So just remember that tension consumes energy. It actually takes a lot of your energy to hold tension within. And so the more you can actually let go of this tension, the more energy is available to you. So again, just really focusing on letting the body go. And just remembering as well, this connection with the ground, how we call it Mother Earth. It's also working with this image of your body relaxing down onto this mother that's there to support and hold you. So this ground isn't going anywhere, so you can really let your body relax down onto the earth. The next thing we're going to make contact with is our body itself and the sensations within it. So I'm just going to move our attention through the body, just so we can really become familiar with how we're feeling. So when we start to feel through the body with greater clarity, it helps us make better decisions in life, because we can figure out how things are actually affecting us, what we're feeling, rather than what we're just thinking. So just start to scan your attention through your left foot to begin with. Just bring your awareness into your toes on your left foot and scan your mind through the toes on your left foot, and then scan your awareness underneath the sole of the foot, and then draw your mind all the way up the left leg, just all the way up to the top of your thigh, just where it joins the rest of your body. And then feel that leg just relax just down into the earth a little bit more, so it feels supported and satiated by your attention. So your attention has also got power. Where you choose to put your attention, it makes a difference. And we're going to do the same thing with your right foot and your right leg. So again, just scan your attention through your toes, underneath the sole of the foot, feel the sensations in the sole of the foot, and then draw your attention, sweep your mind all the way up the right leg, into the right thigh, against where the leg joins your torso, and then feel that leg respond by letting go and relaxing further down into the mat. Okay, we're going to bring our attention up the back, so just notice the connection of your spine on the mat underneath you, and see if you can walk your mind up each vertebra, all the way from the base of the spine up to the back of the neck, and just appreciating that your spine energetically and via the nervous system connects into every other part of your body. So when you're nourishing your spine with your attention, you're actually nourishing your entire being, your entire body. So walking your mind all the way up your spine and just feeling relaxed down even more. Bring your attention up the left side of your body, from your hip to your armpit, then up the right side of your body, from your right hip to your right armpit, and then draw your attention down to the front of the body, and just noticing the connection of your clothing on the front of your body. You might notice the waistband of your leggings or trousers, your t-shirt, shirt, whatever you're wearing. Just becoming aware of these feelings, the actuality, the reality of your feelings in this moment. You might also want to notice just gently as well what your breathing pattern is doing. So we're not going to pay too much attention to that now, but just notice how your breathing is, how's your diaphragm. And then take your attention into your left hand, sweep your mind all the way up your left arm from the fingers to the shoulder. Take your awareness across to the right hand and the same thing, put your mind in your right hand, sweep your awareness all the way up into your right shoulder, and then feel both arms again responding to your attention. You're giving yourself attention by just relaxing down into the mat, into the earth, just a little bit more. Then bring your awareness through your neck and into your face. And the face gives you a lot of information about how the rest of your body is. So we're just going to work just to relax the jaw just a little bit more. So your jaw's got a connection with your diaphragm. So the more you can relax your jaw, the more your diaphragm relaxes, it frees up space within the body for the abdomen to move. Just allow your tongue to relax in your mouth. So your tongue's got a connection with your heart. When we're overstimulated, the tongue sometimes gets a little bit tense. It's also why we tend to talk a lot when we're excited. It's just letting your tongue relax in your mouth, letting your cheekbones soften. Just allow your eyes to sink backwards into your head, your forehead to relax, the top of your head to relax. So you feel your entire body now nicely anchored down into the ground. So you've got this sense of connection to the earth. You've got this sense of connection to your body. So we're building this union between these different factors that make you up as a human being. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to become aware of our breathing patterns. When we get stressed, one of the first things that becomes compromised is the way we breathe. So tension patterns inhibit the breath, they inhibit the movement of the diaphragm and the abdomen. So we're just going to allow this to recover and realign. So just place your hands underneath your belly button. You're just going to encourage the breath down into the body. So just observe this rise and fall of your abdomen underneath your hands. And just notice how that is. Notice, before you start to concentrate into the exercise too much, how was your breathing before you put your hands there? Was your abdomen rigid? Was it loose? It all gives you information about how your body's been responding to what you've been doing with your time and activities you've been engaging with. Now just allow this breath just to keep sinking down, so that each time you breathe in, you can feel your abdomen pushing out towards the sky. And then as you breathe out, you can feel your abdomen pulling back in towards your spine. So we're just untying some of these knots that we create within the body. So again, breathing in, the abdomen expanding out. Breathing out, the abdomen coming back in. And we also want to make sure the breath doesn't get locked just in this lower third of the body. So next time the in-breath comes in, we're going to work to move the breath all the way up the chest, up towards the collarbones. So the next breath that comes in, it can sink all the way down towards your pelvic floor. Your abdomen starts to expand out, but you can also start to feel your rib cage start to move, and then the breath coming all the way up to the top of your lungs and just pushing your collarbones backwards and up. It's like a big wave coming into shore, so it starts off nice and big as it initially comes into the body. Abdomen expands out, your rib cage starts to move, and then your collarbones get pushed back. Or you can imagine a balloon becoming inflated in the body, inflation starting down at the pelvic floor, pushing your abdomen out. Feel the sensation of your lower back also starting to move as the breath comes in. Rib cage starts to move, and your collarbones, again, just gently pushing backwards and up. So here we are now, we've got the ground, we've got our body, we've got our breath. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in some conscious movement into this from this embodied place. So often when we move in life, our body actually goes into a stress pattern. We lose awareness of our feelings and sensations. So the exercise here is to add movement in, but without compromising this sense of union and connection that you've got with your ground, your body and your breath. So we're going to just bring our heels in towards our glutes. And next time you breathe in, you're just going to reach towards the sky with your right foot. So you breathe in, just lift your right foot towards the sky, and then breathe out and gently bring it back down. And again, all times, keeping this sense of union and connection with your body. Each in-breath, just lifting the foot towards the sky. You can very gently wiggle your toes around a little bit if you like, just to activate the energy meridians in the leg. And we'll just continue with this flow. So again, breathing in, reaching towards the sky with the foot, and then breathing out and bringing it back down again. We're going to swap over to the other side, so the right foot comes back down. On the next in-breath, just reaching towards the sky with your left leg. If it helps, you can keep your hand on your belly as well, just so you can feel the breath still moving within the body. And again, just continue with this flow. Each in-breath, the abdomen expanding out, your foot reaching to the sky, wiggling your toes around a little bit, waking up the energy channels in the leg. Okay, good. And next time that foot comes down, we're actually going to swap over to the arms, so you can keep your left hand on your belly. And on the next in-breath, you're just going to reach to the sky with your right hand. Just exploring the world with the hand. As the breath leaves the body, just bring the arm back down again by the side of the waist. And again, just keep flowing with that. Each in-breath, reach into the sky. This time we can wiggle the fingers around a little bit, just to wake up the energy channels in the arm. And then this time as the hand comes down, we're going to swap over the other way. Put your right hand on your belly. And as you breathe in, this time reach into the sky with your left hand. Breathing out, gently coming back down again. Notice if your body's still relaxed. Notice if you've still got the connection with the ground. Gently moving your fingers, waking up the energy channels in the body. Okay, great. And then next time the hand comes down, we're just going to do an exercise just to marry up together the left and right side of the brain. So on the next in-breath, you're going to lift up your right hand and your left foot towards the sky. So you breathe in, right hand, left foot towards the sky. Breathe out, just gently bring them back down again. And again, we're going to keep flowing with this pairing a few times. Your little yogic challenge, if you like, is to see if you can feel equally through your hand and foot. So you're just trying to be aware, feeling equally the sensations in your hand and your foot at the same time. Feel the touch of the breeze in the room that you're in against your hand and foot. Becoming aware and awake through each part of your body. Next time you come back down, we're going to swap over to the right leg in your left hand. So you breathe in this time, reach to the sky with your right foot, your left hand. Again, feeling equally through all parts of your body, breathing out, gently coming back down. Keep the sense of union, body, breath, earth. And you can wiggle your fingers and toes if you like a little bit. Again, just to wake up the energy channels, the meridians within the body. Okay, great. And then next time you come down, you can bring both your knees in towards your shoulders. Just roll around a little bit on your lower back. Now we're going to wake up some of the core muscles within the body, just to prepare us for the postures that are coming shortly. So on the next in-breath, just reach both your legs towards the sky. And then as you breathe out, just very slowly lower the legs down towards the ground. On your next in-breath, just draw your knees in towards your shoulders. This time clasp your knees as you breathe out and bring your forehead to your knees. Breathe in, put your head back down on the ground, lift your feet back up to the sky. And then breathe out and gently lower the legs back down against the ground. We're going to go around again, so breathing in, knees to the shoulders. Breathe out, hold your knees, forehead to your knees. Breathe in, lift your legs in the air. And this time as you breathe out, you can bring the legs down about halfway. You can take up to 3 breaths with the legs extended on this diagonal plane. Keep observing your abdomen. So what we want is a little bit of effort but without stress. And when it becomes stress, you'll find that your breathing starts to contract and tighten. So you just want to find the edge where effort stops and stress begins. We'll go around one last time. Breathe in, knees to the shoulders. Breathe out, forehead to the knees. Breathe in, lift your legs to the sky again. And again this time, breathe out, bring the legs down about halfway. And again, just observing the body. This time you can take up to 5 breaths. If your abdomen starts to grip on too tightly, be activating a stress response, so you listen to that and bring the legs all the way down. Okay, we're just going to go into a gentle twist now, just to loosen up the spine. So we're going to keep the left leg extended, and we're going to put the right foot up on top of the left knee. You're going to stretch your right arm out to the side of the body. Put your left hand on top of your right knee, and then we're going to pause for a second. So it's the first more recognised posture that we're going to go into. So we want to make sure the body, we're taking this sense of relaxation with us. So you still feel the connection with the ground, your body, your breath. And then as you breathe out, just going to draw that right knee over to the left. And then turn your head to the right and just gaze along your right arm as you allow the body to soften, relax into the posture. Feeling the muscles letting go. And the challenge again is to relax. So you might want to imagine that you're going to have to go to sleep in this position. So you really let the muscles soften. So we're challenging the body to move into different positions in a relaxed way without inducing tension and stress. And next time you breathe in and return back to centre, we're going to stretch the right leg out in front this time. Put your left foot on your right knee. Stretch your left arm out to the side. Your right hand is on your left knee. And again, we don't go racing into the posture, but we just take a breath first. Get our connection with our ground. And then on an out breath, just draw the left knee over to the right. Turn the head to the left, gaze along the arm. And again, just relax and allow the body to soften. Notice your diaphragm, your breath. A sense of peace is still washing over you. And then as you breathe in, you can release from this position and just roll all the way over onto your right hand side and tuck your knees up slightly. And we're just going to spend a moment just noticing the effects of even this initial relaxation on the body. Just noticing what's going on within. You might feel like your senses will start to draw inwards. Greater sense of connection with the ground. Great sense of connection with your breath. And then we're slowly going to come up to a standing position. And we're just going to warm the body up a little bit more. So we're just going to stand up. We're going to do a little bit of shaking. So we're just going to start to shake into your right hand. Just shaking tension out of the body. So when you shake, it forces little muscles to let go. So just shaking through. Just going to lose my bracelet there. So just shaking into the hand, the arm, getting the shoulder moving up and down. Okay, and then shake the arm out to the side, and then shake it up to the sky as well. So again, just flinging any tension off, whatever's been going on for you in your life, whatever's been going on for you in this day, just shaking anything off that you don't want. And then just leave the hand there for a second and just feel this tingling sensation coming nicely down the hand and arm. And then very slowly bringing the arm back down, and we're just going to shake into the left hand and the left arm. Again, make sure you get your trapezius moving, shoulder girdle. Again, shaking anything off you don't need right now. Shaking the arm out to the side, and then shaking up to the sky. Okay, and again, we're just going to pause for a second and just feel that simple exercise, lovely sensation in the arm, tingling sensation trickling down the body. Then we're going to shake into the right foot and the right leg. So a little bit of balance coming in as well. And see if you can isolate the foot and just shake the foot a little bit as well. So you can imagine something stuck on your big toe, just trying to shake something off the foot. And then get the vibration and the movement coming all the way through the rest of your leg into your glute. You can lean forward a little bit, shake the leg behind. And then gently bring the foot and the leg back down. And then shaking into the left foot again, trying to isolate the foot. Imagine something's on your big toe, you're trying to shake it off. My favourite story is when a squirrel bit me on the toe when I was a kid, trying to take a photo in the garden. So I often remember, imagine I'm trying to shake it off. And then shaking through the rest of the foot and the leg. Lean forward a little bit. And then slowly bring the foot down. Okay, good. We're going to warm up the spine. So you're just standing with your feet directly underneath your hips. Top of your head is reaching towards the sky. Feel nice and proud of yourself. Let your chest open. Let your shoulders come backwards and down. We'll just pause for a second there. And let your attention sink back down into your belly. And we're going to do a twisting exercise from our abdomen, from our belly. So imagine you've got eyes in your belly, and we're just going to go looking around the room from one side to the other, just letting the spine warm up, stacking the vertebrae one on top of another. And the challenge again is that the centre of your body, your waist, is leading the movement, not your head. Okay, that's lovely. And gently let that slow down. And then we're going to go scooping down to the side. So you can imagine you're standing in the sea and you're just coming down, squeezing our kidneys up as you come down, and bring the arm up, flicking up some water. And then coming back to standing, and then we're going to bend down, we're going to touch the lovely earth, bring our arms to the sky, open the front of the body, come back down to the ground, stretch back up to the sky, and down again. So I usually do this part of the class to music, but YouTube has got a habit of taking off soundtracks and taking off the audio, so we don't want that. So you're welcome to put a bit of music on while you're doing this. Again, letting the body stretch up towards the sky. Okay, fabulous. And then come back to standing. A couple of exercises to warm up the shoulders. So you're just going to breathe in, bring your shoulders up towards your ears, and then breathe out and relax them down. Breathe in again, and down. Okay, and last one, breathing in, shoulders to the ears and down. Okay, standing in the centre of your mat, just anchor your left foot in the centre of the mat. And we're going to step forwards and backwards with the right foot. So the left foot stays where it is, right foot's forwards and back. Then as you step forward, bring the arms up at the front, down in the middle and up again at the back. So up at the front, down in the middle, up again at the back. Nice rhythmical exercise, opening up the chest. Okay, fabulous. Then swap your feet over the other way, right foot's in the middle of your mat. Get your foot pattern going, so you're forwards and backwards with the left foot. When you're happy with the foot pattern, introducing the arms in. So up at the front, down in the middle, up again at the back. Again, allowing the chest to open. You can push your sternum out a little bit just to enable the shoulders to open up a little bit more nicely. That's great. If you do this exercise for a little while, it really starts to induce a strong relaxation response within the body. It's like the kind of exercise you do as a kid. Okay, then gently let the arms come back down. And the last exercise we're going to do helps us to open up the hips a little bit. And it's a subtle exercise, but you want the movement as we're doing this exercise to kind of originate from your hips, your waist and your energetic centre, your sea of chi, just underneath your belly button. So we're going to do a figure of 8 on each side. So you've got the infinity symbol and you're just taking it round. Nice gentle exercise, but again the movement is starting from the waist, the power centre. And you can take it up a little bit higher as well if you like, towards the sky. When you're making your figure of 8, you actually want to be doing it so there's an upward movement through the middle. So when you do an upward movement through the middle, it actually brings energy up the body, so you can just check in that you've got the right polarity of movement with that. Okay, good. And then you can gently relax the hands down. So the body's nice and warm now, so we're going to move into EBR1. So we're just going to stand in mountain pose to begin with. And so you always want to work in yoga. Think about the name of a posture and actually what it embodies. So just stand for a moment and feel your feet really anchored into the ground so you can close your eyes. Feel the earth through your feet. So you can feel the mat underneath your toes, your heels. Allow the top of your head just to be rising up towards the sky and allow your chest to open so you don't get mountains that are kind of sad. Mountains are proud and open, so feel a sense of strength within the body as you're opening up your chest, a sense of pride in yourself. And then just bring your left hand up above your head and your right hand is coming down underneath your belly button. We're going to breathe in, we're going to elongate slightly with the spine, then as we breathe out we're going to go across to the right hand side. As the breath changes to an in-breath, we come back up, turn the arms over, and as you breathe out, we go across to the left. Again, as the breath changes, we come up, turn the arms over, and then breathe out, back across to the right. So you're coordinating movement with breath while keeping the connection with the ground. Breathing out again, across to the left. Feel a stretch on the hip, breathing in, back to centre, and breathing out the other way. Okay, great. Coming back up to vertical. Place your fingertips on top of your shoulders. We're just going to fling some tension out to the side. So I'll just show you one. We're going to breathe in. Then as we breathe out, just going to flick our hands out to the side. So you do whatever vigorousness you need to do today. Just take care not to lock your elbows out. So you can imagine, if you like, little vacuum cleaners on your fingertips, sucking up tension. So you breathe in and then out. Okay, and we'll do another one. So breathing in and then that's it. Just flinging that tension out. Then bring your fingertips back onto your shoulders. We're going to open the shoulders up, taking the elbows to the sky and then backwards and round. So breathing in again. You can really squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back as you bring the elbows up. And then coming down the side. Coordinate with the breath if you like. In breath as you bring the elbows up. Out breath as you come down the back. Okay, great. Alright, next exercise. We're going to be doing some twists for the arms. Allow them to come down towards waist level. You're going to twist the hands and the arms one way then the other. And you want the movement to be coming all the way up through the shoulders. So it's not just a wrist and elbow movement, but you can feel your entire body wringing out. Okay, great. When you get up to shoulder height, just turn your right palm to face up and gaze into it while your left palm is facing down. Then we're just gently going to turn that right hand over and allow the movement to come all the way along the body so it moves through the shoulders, the neck, and opening up the other arm. And again we're going to go the other way, so the hands turn over, almost like you can feel a ripple effect moving all the way through the body, coordinating the hand and arm movement with the neck and shoulders, one way then the other. And then slowly let the arms come back down by the side. So we're going to do a few exercises now just to open up the back of the neck. So these are very subtle exercises. Just take care if you've got any neck conditions, any neck pain. Just look after what you need to do within your own body. So the first exercise we're going to do is as we breathe out, we're going to allow the chin to come forwards and down towards the chest. And then breathe in. And just draw the chin back in again. So you can create some double chins as you bring the chin back. And then breathe out, take the chin forwards again and down towards the chest, breathe in, coming back up. And you're looking for this nice wave-like motion in the cervical vertebra in the neck. So a nice ripple effect. Chin come forwards and down, breathing in, back in again. Might get a bit of an aching sensation also just there, at the back of the neck. Okay, great. Next exercise is we're going to take our left ear towards our left shoulder. So you just allow the neck to tilt to the side, the ear works towards the shoulder. And to extenuate the stretch a little bit, you can reach towards the ground with the opposite hand. So you can reach towards the ground with your right hand. Keep your body nice and soft on the ground again. So remember, all times you want this sense of unity of ground, body, breath, awareness, movement. And just gently relaxing. Coming back up to vertical and swapping over, taking your right ear over to your right shoulder, reaching towards the ground with your left hand. Again, relaxing into the position. Taking care not to induce tension within the body. And then slowly coming back up to vertical. This time we're going to turn the head from one side to the other. So just turning and gazing over your left shoulder behind you. Notice how far your neck comfortably reaches. And then just returning the gaze back to the front and then over the other shoulder. Okay, this time we're going to return to the centre. We're going to give ourselves an ear massage. So your connective tissue in your ears connects into the connective tissue in your neck. So you free this up and it will also help with your neck movement. So you're just massaging your ears all the way around the outside. You can get hold of the lobes. You can roll your thumbs round on the inside of the ears. And you can also move this part of the ear that sometimes people get pierced. So you're really getting as much connection and contact with the ears as possible. There's also many acupuncture points in there, so you're stimulating other functions within the body. Makes the ears feel nice and hot. And then we're going to do the head twist again, the head rotation again, just so you can see the difference there. So you might feel straight away as if the body might open a little bit more. And then you're just going to turn again and gaze over your left shoulder. Bring the head back to the front and then gazing over the right shoulder. Okay, fabulous. Next thing we're going to do is a twist. So when we go into a twist, You want to imagine your body is almost like a corkscrew, like a spiral staircase. The movement starts all the way from the earth. So as we get a little bit older sometimes in life, we start to fuse parts of our spine together, which means the shoulders, the neck and the lower back end up doing a lot more of the work. So this particular twist, we're really working to try and open the body back up so the whole thing moves congruently and fluid through the entire body and spine. I'm just going to turn on my side so you can see me nicely. I'm going to reach my hands and arms out in front of me. I'm going to feel into the ground so I can really feel my feet on the ground. Then I'm going to start to rotate round to the right side, and the movement's coming through my legs, it's coming through my knees, through my hips, through my rib cage. My shoulders, neck and head move last, and my trailing hand reaches onto the opposite shoulder. And what we can also do, we can use this exercise as a way of working with our comfort zone. So we find this first point of resistance. What I'm going to do, I'm going to allow my body to relax here. So I'm going to relax at this point of resistance. And as the body softens, it opens a little bit further. So I'm not forcing or pushing past my comfort zone. I'm just relaxing past my comfort zone. And then I can breathe in and return back to the centre. Just going to turn to the other side. Again, I'm anchoring my attention into my feet, into my ankles, into my knees. As I start to move round to the left, the movement comes through the legs, the hips, the rib cage. Shoulders, neck and head move last. Again, I find that first point of resistance. I'm going to hang out there, allow my breath to sink within the body. And then I can allow my body just to move a little bit further. Again, there's no pushing, there's no stretching, there's no forcing. It's just an opening. And I'm slowly going to let my body just come back round to the front. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do is a flexion and extension of the spine. It's very important when we do this exercise to protect the lower back. So I'm actually going to place my hands just on the lower back, just where if you're putting your hands in your back pocket. So I'm just supporting my pelvis, and I'm going to arch backwards. So you have to be very careful when you go back not to compress your lower back. So again, I'm supporting my lower back. I'm allowing my body to arch open and back as I breathe out. And then as I breathe in, I'm naturally going to return back up again to vertical. Then as I breathe out, I'm going to come back down towards the ground, let my arms fall to the ground, and then breathe in and gather back up. So it would appear there's 4 movements, but essentially you want one continual movement tuned into the breath. So as you breathe out, you arch backwards. As you breathe in, the movement naturally comes back to vertical. You move into an out breath, the body comes forwards. Into an in breath, the body returns back to vertical. So keep going with one fluid movement, breathing out, bracing the pelvis, opening the throat. Breathing in, coming back up. Breathing out, down to the ground. And breathing in again, gathering back up. This will be our last one, bracing your lower back, opening up. Breathing in, back to vertical. And then as you breathe out, coming back down to the ground. This time we're going to hang forwards. And we're going to take our feet out to the side. So we're going to take our feet out wider. Just going to step off my mat here. And I'm going to turn my right foot out to 90 degrees. I'm going to take my left heel back to 45. And keeping my front leg as straight as I can, I'm going to take my hands round over either side of that front leg and just allow my body weight again to release and take me past my initial comfort zone. So I'm going to hang out there over this front leg. I'm going to get comfortable with my initial point of resistance. And then I'm going to allow the body to soften and just come down a little bit further towards the knee. You have to bend this front leg, that's fine as well, whatever's comfortable for you. On the next in-breath, turn that right foot back to face the front, take your left foot out to the side, walk your hands around either side of that front leg. Again, allow the body, the chest, just to come down over the leg. Observe the point of resistance, then allow the body to soften past it. Okay, good. Then turn that foot back to face the front and come down into a squat position on your mat. This time we're going to bring our hands up out in front of us. You can take your hands down to the ground as you breathe out. Then as you breathe in, you're just going to push into a forward bend. And breathing out, coming back down again to the squat. This time as you breathe in, you're going to bring your hands up to the sky as if you're holding the world. And breathe out, bringing the hands back down again. Breathing in, pushing your bum back to the sky. Breathing out, coming back down to your squat. And again, breathing in, taking your hands up, holding the sky. Breathing out, coming back down. Breathe in again, pushing up into the forward bend. This time we're going to stay there in the forward bend. Again, allowing the body just to relax and soften down. And then breathe in and allow your spine to unravel vertebra by vertebra as you return back to vertical. Nice and softly returning back to mountain pose. Anchor your feet on the ground under the hips. Allow the shoulders to come up, back and round. Allow the top of your head to reach towards the sky. Just close your eyes for a moment. Just notice the impact on your body of this particular exercise. Notice your breath, your diaphragm, your abdomen, the sensation of your feet on the ground. Okay, and then gently allow the eyes to open. So we're going to do a flowing tree sequence, a short meditation, and then we'll do our final relaxation. So with the flowing tree sequence, we're going to start off by anchoring our left foot into the ground. And depending on how you feel with your balance today, you can either bring your foot to the inside of the ankle, or you can bring the foot all the way up to the inside of the leg. So it depends how you're doing with your balance. And as with a lot of Dhruva yoga sequences, we don't just do it as a dry set of movements. We're going to work with the energy of the posture. So a tree is all about growing to the light. So when we're bringing our hands up to the sky, we're just coming up and we're really reaching towards the light, and then as we breathe out, just drawing that light down into the body. Then we're going to grow branches out into our world, take our gifts to the world, and then return back to the earth. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through the sequence. So breathe in, so foot to the inside of the ankle or leg, and simultaneously bringing your hands up towards the sky, growing towards the light, just like a tree. Breathe out, bringing that energy down into the body. Breathing in, turn your hands to face forwards. Breathe out, growing your branches out into the world. Breathe in, bring the hands to the side and opening. And then breathe out and return into the earth. Anchoring your right foot into the ground, nice fixed roots into the earth. As you breathe in, bringing your left foot up to the inside of the ankle or leg. And coming up with the arms at the same time. Breathing out, drawing that light down into the body. Breathe in, turn your hands to face forwards. And breathe out, growing your branches into the world. Breathe in, take your arms to the side. And breathe out and return into the earth. Okay, we're going to go again to each side. So breathing in, lifting your lifting your hands up to the sky. Breathing in, drawing that light down into the body. Breathe out, turn your hands to face forwards. Breathe in, stretch the hands forwards. Taking the arms out to the side. And then down. Okay, and last one, anchoring the right foot into the earth. Breathing in, bringing the foot up, reaching towards the sky. Breathing out, drawing that light down into your body. Breathe in, turn the hands to face forwards. Breathe out, going out into the world. Breathe in, take your arms out to the side. And then breathing out and down. Okay, then we're going to come down to our short meditation. So, making yourself nice and comfortable. So when you're sitting into a meditation posture, it's important to have as straight a spine as possible. It's important for quite a few reasons, but partly because when your organs are squashed up inside your body, it tends to create a lot more internal dialogue. So you want to sit in a posture where your spine can be straight, but also without compromising your own comfort. So I actually choose generally to kneel down like this. If I sit cross-legged, I find that although I can keep a straight spine, that quite often I feel really uncomfortable to be in that position. So find again a position where you can have a straight spine, but you feel comfortable within your body. I'm just going to close our eyes for a second, and again we're just going to re-establish that connection with our sense of ground underneath, with our body, with our breath. Just spending a moment just letting the energy settle within the body. We're going to do some alternate nostril breathing. So you're just going to bring up your right hand. You're going to place your index and middle finger between your eyebrows. You're going to hover your right thumb over your right nostril, your ring finger and little finger over your left nostril. And you're going to close the left nostril, breathe in through the right. Close the right nostril, release the left, breathe out through the left. Breathe back in through the left. Close the left nostril, release the right, breathe out through the right. Back in again through the right. Close it, release the left out through the left. And just continue on in your own rhythm. Without forcing the breath, just allowing it to follow your own natural pattern. Just let your hands fall back down to your knees and just notice the effect on your state of perception that exercise has. You might feel your mind feels much more sedated and much more relaxed. Sense of spaciousness inside your mind. There's the effect of balancing up your left and right side of your brain, so it sedates the organs that are overworked and supports the organs that are depleted. It has the effect of quietening the mind. So I'm just going to sit and just enjoy that silence for a moment. So I'll start to talk you into a more progressive relaxation, meditation. So just again, feeling this connection with your ground while you're in this more relaxed state. So feel the connection of your knees and your feet on the mat or on the earth underneath you. Strongly feeling the ground, and then scan your attention through your body. Scan your attention all the way from the tip of your toes through your body to the top of your head. And then start to notice your breath. So again, we're building this picture, this union. You feel the ground, you feel your body, you're aware of your breathing. Become aware of the sensation of your environment around you. Notice the touch of the breeze wherever you are. This Listen to the sounds in the room or the sounds of nature. See if you can pick up on the aroma that's in the environment where you are. And again, hold in the same frame this sense of connection with ground, body, breath, and also your environment. And we're going to add in a sense of connection with the space above us. So just be aware of this space that's above the crown of the head. So now in the same frame in your mind, you can feel the ground. You can be aware of the sensations within the body, your senses and your environment, your breathing. Sense of space above the crown of your head. Just allow all these different layers and levels just to merge together, creating a sense of unity and oneness with the environment. Mind's still a little bit busy, then you can just follow the rhythm of your breathing. Keep your mind moving between these different levels and layers of who you are. Just gently going to release from that meditation, and we're going to come down for final relaxation now. So we're going to bring with us this sense of peace as we're going to come down and lie down on our backs. So if you've got a blanket handy, just lie it down over you. So we've done about 50 minutes of yoga there. Now we're going to do about 15 or 20 minutes of relaxation. So again, keeping this sense of inner peace, you're just going to lie down on your back. Just feel the ground, again, just gently coming up to meet your body. Feel the ground pushing under your feet, under your hips, under your shoulders. And then as you next breathe in, you're just going to squeeze your left foot and all the muscles in your left leg really tight. And then breathe out and just allow that left foot and that left leg just to completely relax and let go. On your next in-breath, you're just going to squeeze all the muscles in your right foot and your right leg really tight as you breathe in. And again, as you breathe out, just allow the foot and the leg just to completely relax and let go. On your next in-breath, you're just going to squeeze your glutes together underneath your body. Just pull up on your pelvic floor and just pull your abdomen in towards your spine. And then as you breathe out, again, just allow all those muscles just to completely relax and let go. On your next in-breath, you're just going to make a fist with your right hand. Tighten up all the muscles in your right arm. Give it a twist one way then the other. And again, as you breathe out, just allow the hand and arm just to completely relax and let go. On your next in-breath, you're just going to make a fist with your left hand. Tighten up all the rest of your muscles in your left arm. Give it a twist one way then the other. And again, as you breathe out, just allow the hand and arm just to completely relax and let go. On your next in-breath, just squeeze your shoulders together behind your body nice and tight for a few seconds. And again, as you breathe out, just allow the shoulders and the shoulder blades just to relax and let go. then just bringing your awareness through your neck and into your face. You're just going to start making as many different funny faces as you can. So move your jaw around, you can stick your tongue out, wrinkle up your nose, squeeze your eyes together, your forehead. So as many different funny faces as you can. See if you can move the muscles in your scalp. And again, then just completely relax and let go. Just completely letting the body sink into the mat underneath. Okay, we're now going to move through the next level, next layer. So this time you're going to breathe into a body part, but without tensing it up. So this time you're just going to breathe your awareness into the body part. And as you breathe out, just going to let it relax and let go just a little bit more. So just scan your mind back into your left foot. And just breathe your awareness into your left foot. And as you breathe out, just feel the foot just relax and let go just a little bit more. Your next in-breath, just scan your attention into the rest of your left leg, into your calf, your knee, your thigh. Breathe in your mind into your left leg. And then as you breathe out, again just feel the leg just completely relax and let go. Take your attention down into your right foot, and again just breathe your mind, your awareness into your right foot. And then as you breathe out, just feel the foot, just let go just a little bit more. On your next in-breath, just breathing into your shin, your calf, your knee, your thigh of the right leg. And again as you breathe out, just feeling the leg just soften and relax and let go just a little bit more. Drawing your attention into your glutes, your pelvic floor, your abdominal wall, and again breathing your awareness into this area of the body. And as you breathe out, again just allowing the muscles just to soften and let go just a little bit more. Next time you breathe in, just breathe in your awareness into your spine, all the way from the base of the spine up to the back of the neck, breathing into your vertebra. And again, as you breathe out, just allowing the vertebra just to soften and relax and let go just a little bit more. Okay, next we're going to breathe our awareness into our internal organs in the abdomen. So just place your mind and your awareness so you can just feel the touch of your clothing on the abdomen. And also feel the connection of your lower back on the ground. Just see if you can place your mind between these two places. So your mind is between the touch of your clothing on your abdomen, also your lower back on the ground. We're just going to breathe our attention into our abdomen. And then as we breathe out, we're just going to give permission for the organs in the abdomen just to relax and let go just a little bit more. And draw your awareness up towards your chest. You want to be able to be aware of your heart beating and your lungs very gently inflating and deflating. And again, breathing your awareness into these organs in your chest. And as you breathe out, you just give permission for the heart and lungs just to relax and let go just a little bit more. Taking your awareness down into your left hand and your left arm. Just breathe your awareness from your fingertips to your shoulder on your left hand, your left arm. And then as you breathe out, just allow the hand and arm to soften and let go just a little bit more. Your next in-breath, scanning your mind and your awareness all the way from the fingertips on your right hand up to the right shoulder. Breathing your care and attention into your hand and arm. And again, as you breathe out, just feel the arm. Just relax and let go just a little bit more. And then bring your awareness to your neck and to your face. Just allow your jaw to soften. Allow your tongue to relax in your mouth. Allow your cheekbones to soften, your eyes to sink backwards into your head. Your forehead to soften, your scalp to soften. So now your entire body, your physical body and your energy body now feels completely relaxed on the mat. Sense of peace, spaciousness and stillness. Total relaxation washing over you. mind is still a little bit busy, you can just allow your attention to follow your belly, expansion and contraction of your abdomen. While you're in this quietened state, you might want to listen out for some of the subtle whispers that you hear inside your mind. So they often say that the heart is the voice inside us that whispers the quietest. So just see if you can hear little subtle messages about the things that you're passionate about, places you want to go, the people you want to meet, the things that you want to do. Now that we've quietened some of the aspects of the mind, just listening in to these deeper layers within you. Tuning into this deeper awareness of who you are, things that are important to you and your individual self. Becoming aware of and tuning in with your own destiny that you feel inside. Work to energize the body. So you're just going to imagine there's a big ball of golden coloured light above the crown of your head. So you can just visualize, maybe be aware of the presence of a big ball of golden light above the crown of your head. You're going to breathe in and we're going to start to draw this light down through the body to energize the cells, to vitalize us, to make us feel stronger and more potent. On your next in-breath, just drawing this light down through your crown, coming down through your brain, through the back of your eyes, through your sinuses, down your throat, and into your neck, so you can see in your mind's eye this golden coloured light in your face, head and neck. You can feel a subtle sensation change as your intention meets with your physical body. On your next in-breath, just drawing this light down through your left shoulder, coming all the way down to the fingertips on your left hand. So again, you can feel a subtle sensation change as the light cascades down your arm into your fingers. You can see it in your mind's eye. This golden light regenerating, revitalizing the cells within the body. On your next in-breath, just drawing this golden light down through your right shoulder, coming all the way down to the fingertips on the right hand. So again, you can see it in your mind's eye, your right hand, arm, muscles, flesh, ligaments, tendons, bones. Becoming completely infused with this golden coloured light. On your next in-breath, we're going to start to draw this light down through the inside of the body to nourish the organs inside. So just put your attention back in your mouth. Follow your awareness down your throat, through your neck, so you feel like you got your mind and your awareness inside your chest. I'm just going to start to draw the golden light through your heart and lungs, down your vertebra, weaving in and out of your vertebra from the back of the neck all the way down to the base of the spine. And then start to bring the light down through the liver and gallbladder on the right side under your ribs, through your stomach and spleen on the left side under your ribs, through the kidneys in the back of the body, through your intestines, your bladder, reproductive organs, so every organ within the body, every cell, every bit of connective tissue, fluids, all completely energized and vitalized with this golden light coursing through your being. Next in breath, just drawing this light down the left leg, starting all the way at the top of the leg, flooding down through the thigh, through the knee, the calf, the shin, all the way to the tips of your toes on your left foot. So now your entire left leg completely fulfilled with this golden coloured light. And in the next in breath, just drawing this light all the way down your right leg. So coming down from your thigh, again flooding down through the thigh, the knee, the calf, the shin, the heel, all the way to the tips of the toes on the right foot. So now your entire body is basking and completely aglow, fulfilled with this golden coloured light. Every cell within your body touched, revitalised, regenerated. This high vibration energy, feeling a sense of peace within. Very slowly, just moving your fingers and toes, just wiggling your fingers and toes a little. Notice how that feels to re-engage with more physical movements. You're working in your energy body, passing the light through your energy body. And just be aware again how it feels just to move your fingers and toes. And then very slowly just roll over and just lie on your right hand side. Just lie on your right hand side for a few more moments, keeping your eyes closed for now. Here's a good moment again to notice how the practice has affected you today. So just pay note of how your body feels now. If your body feels heavier, feels more connected to the mat, to the earth. Notice how your breathing pattern is. Notice how your diaphragm's moving. Is your abdomen more relaxed? Do you feel more content? It's good to pay notice to these subtle changes within the body. Pay attention to them so you know that your practice is benefiting you. And very slowly you can push yourself back up to sitting. Just keep your eyes closed for now. Just rub your hands together. So just creating some heat in your hands. And then putting your hands over your face and just let that heat radiate back into your eyes. Just helping to relax the optic nerve. It's very good if you work at a computer or watch a lot of television. You can draw your hands down over anywhere else on your body that you feel needs your care and attention today. And you can slowly open your eyes, let your attention return back to the outside. And just gently reacquaint yourself again with your external senses. Just taking a moment. And the challenge now is to try and take with you this sense of feeling comfortable with these different levels of your being out into the rest of your day. So can you take with you this sense of connection with your earth, with your body, with your breath, this sense of ease with your environment, and the sense of connection to the greater consciousness, the space that's above us. Okay, thank you very much everyone. Hope to see you again soon. Check out the websites, richardbrookacupuncture.co.uk, creativeyogalondon.co.uk. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. So as is customary here when we end classes at Moynish Velios, I'm actually going to read out a passage from Eileen Caddy's book. So Eileen Caddy was one of the founders of the Findorn Foundation in Scotland. It's actually a place I used to live many years ago. And the book's called Opening Doors Within. And Eileen used to channel God's voice, if you like. So every day she would write down a different guided message from God. You know, in whichever way you choose to interpret God, we've all got our different interpretations of it. But essentially she'd write down what she experienced to be God's word. And she also encourages to do the same in terms that you can find God's voice within. So quite often when we teach yoga and we're trying to go inside to the stillness, you know, it's so you can hear within you your guidance as such. So here's today's reading. So there are times when the new unfolds so gradually that you are not aware of the changes which are taking place, until you suddenly realised it has all happened without your being aware of it. At other times, you can see the changes taking place in front of your eyes as they unfold step by step. Then there are times when things happen overnight, rather as in winter, when you go to bed at night and the world outside is normal, and when you wake up in the morning everything is covered with snow. You have not had to do a thing about it. It has all happened in the most miraculous way. There are many different ways in which the new will be revealed. All you have to do is go along with it and not resist it. Change need not be painful. It is inevitable because nothing can remain the same. And if you look into your heart, you would not want it to do so. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.